The Department of Homeland Security is about to start cracking down on what they consider to be misinformation, but this program could easily be abused to shut down dissent. Ring of Fire's Farron Cousins joins me to talk about this and many other issues. Farron, I think you have covered this whole misinformation issue more than most progressives, and you've done a great job understanding. First of all, you and I think, when we first started looking at this, I concluded it's not constitutional. I really do believe somebody's going to test it. It's not constitutional, because you can't create something that interferes with the vibrant free speech that we're all entitled to. Now, there are exceptions. Don't get me wrong. There are exceptions. And the exceptions fall with what we call the police power, health, safety, and welfare. So they're trying to hang it on national security, and we're going to do this because when we start looking at this, my prediction is it's going to fail. Somebody's going to test this, but take it from there.
It's a very stupid idea, I think is probably the nicest way I can say this. Is misinformation a huge problem? Absolutely it is, and we know that. We've known that. But you cannot have the government come in and say, okay, we're now in the business of telling you what's real and what's not, what is allowed and what isn't. That's kind of the slippery slope that everybody had worried about, with online, bans and things like that. This is the culmination of it. And this, of course, is a massive problem. The government cannot and should not tell us these things. And the thing I want to point out is each side, left and right, both of them think we're the good guys. Well, guess what? Your good guys, whichever side you're on, they're not going to be in charge of this program all the time. Marjorie Taylor Greene even came out and said this past weekend,
I can't wait.
Oh, imagine what conservatives could do with this. And it's probably the same thing, the powers that'll be abused with this DHS.
Well, let me be a little small here. I got to be. The woman they've put in charge, this Nina Jankowicz, is a complete nutcase. I mean, she's been called an ass clown and everything else. And you know what? She kind of deserves it. Go back and just take a look at some of the videos this woman's done, and you conclude the woman ain't right. And so it's not only that, but you have to have, if you're going to do it, at least do it with somebody who's neutral. What do we know about this woman? We know that she's joined at the hip with Hillary Clinton. She was her cheerleader. She was Biden's cheerleader. And all that does is gives ammunition to the conservatives to say this is a joke. Not only is it constitutional, but you have this nutcase, they call her the Mary Poppins of disinformation, this Jankowicz woman who's running the show. It's a little scary.
Well, it really is. And then again, back to the decision to even do this, what a horrible time for this administration to come out and announce the creation of this. We're in a midterm election. Biden's approval rating is horribly in the toilet. Democrats are struggling. Republicans have captured every narrative possible.
Right.
So they come out and say, okay, well, what if we crack down? No, what a stupid time to give Republicans the opportunity to say, look, here's the censorship we warned you about.
What if Donald Trump, that absolute scary character, I mean, a very scary character, what if Donald Trump had come out and said, hey, I'm going to start a disinformation program? Would these progressives that have said, yeah, this is okay, would they be good with that? Because that's what's going to happen.
Right.
You understand? That's right around the corner. And so look, here's the problem I see. Government is the absolute worst about getting it right. And you have this it fuels distrust by the average American. Go back. We're winning in Afghanistan. We heard that. We heard the argument there that we've got weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. We've heard that Putin is responsible for the supply problem in the United States. Putin is responsible for the gas problem. Putin's responsible for inflation. We've learned, these are things that they're promulgated by part of the government for purely political reasons. Or the Chinese lab leak, that it's racist to even talk about it. When you see this again and again and again, the public starts saying, I can't trust any of it. And so we're going to see that really bad with this thing, I think. I think this is going to take off, and we're going to see the edge of, yeah, I told you so. And I think the Republicans, these conservative Republicans are going to use this as a hammer.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the first time this group comes out and slaps any kind of disinformation label on a conservative outlet, a conservative news reporter, conservative YouTube video, at that point, they're going to use that as really the flashpoint, the rallying point to get everybody on board with them saying, look at this, the government is trying to shut me down. They're trying to take away my free speech. And that is why any kind of targeting of misinformation is very difficult, because you have a right to go out there and spread misinformation. People may not want to hear that, but the government cannot stop you from doing that.
Yeah, I mean, censorship, I mean, the big picture, censorship is to democracy what lynching is to justice. I mean, that's really the equivalent that I see. That's how bad this is. Now, you and I, granted, we are extreme where it comes to censorship. We say, you and I have talked about this a lot of times, it's just dangerous. The market will take care of itself. People will figure it out, but you have to put it out there. And as I look at this right now, and I don't think Biden understands, but the rap on him right now is that he's probably the strongest censorship president. I mean, John Adams, they equate him to John Adams, for God's sake,
yes.
Who wanted to shut down the media. So I don't think this is a good move. I think it's just going to give the conservatives more ammunition. By the way, I get these comments, Pat must be a real Republican conservative, but would you please defend me? That's ridiculous. I mean, that is so absurd. But you know what we try to do? We try to call balls and strikes, right?
Right, and that's something people have to understand. I get that a lot all the time too with some of my stuff, because sometimes the truth is not flattering for your side.
No, it's
sometimes the facts don't line up with what you'd want them to do. And that's what we always try to do. We tell these uncomfortable truths, and it's not because we hate you. It's because you got to open your eyes. And that is exactly the opposite of what this program is doing. And if you want the people to be able to spot misinformation, invest in education programs. Train them to do research, to read books.
Maybe take a civics course.
Exactly, and that's how you combat misinformation.
Well,
but you don't do it by closing your eyes and plugging your ears and saying my side is best, the other side is terrible.
I see comments. As crazy it is, you and I have been working together 18 years, something
18.
like that. We go all the way back to what was Air America. Where we were the only progressives out there. It was Al Franken, it was Janine Garofalo, it was Sam Cedar, Bobby Kennedy, it was Cenk Uygur. I mean, this incredible mixture of progressives, that's where we started. So when these boneheads write in, they say, Pap, he's, crazy right-wing conservatives, or, you do, God forbid, you do a story where you actually call balls and strikes. These snowflake types write in and say, oh man, he's just one of them. Write in, say that, I don't care, but go do a little search before you do that.